We're talking about celebrating life. And I want to speak today in very practical terms about skills that ensure celebration in our lives. Some people are waiting for the sky to fall on their heads. I know that's kind of a joke, but that's the mentality that some have towards celebrating life and living with real joy and happiness. Kind of waiting for it to fall from the sky. Most likely that won't happen. Things have a much better chance to become a reality when we focus on it and acquire a few skills around it. It's no different with celebrating life and having more happiness in your life. There are probably hundreds of things that one can do to upskill yourself in celebrating. But I want to share only a few that have helped me to live in a celebratory frame of mind. I found the following to be true. It's all in how you start your day, your next project, and just about everything you do in life. It's how you start. So my encouragement to you is, if you want to celebrate life every day, start the day right. Do not allow the trajectory of your new day to be determined by negative experiences, people, or events from yesterday. When bad, rude, or sour people bump you off track, remember, you are in control of your attitude and the focus of your life. Stay in control. Don't surrender to the people around you in the events and the things. Make choices to align with the principles and values that you know are life-giving and lead to celebration. Course correct every time to your values and principles that's godly, like generosity and gratitude. And when you apply these godly principles consistently every day, you will celebrate life. That's a skill you need to acquire. And then, of course, not starting well just is important, but finishing well. Learn to lay your burdens at God's feet as you finish every day. Reminding yourself, as what the Apostle Peter wrote in 1 Peter 5 verse 7, to lay your burdens at the feet of the Lord. May I encourage you, don't be a hero and carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. I find many people like that, that I've crossed paths with, and they're miserable, to be honest. They think they're heroes, and they carry, oh, it's my children, oh, it's the things in the world. And I know those things are real. But you know, ultimately, carrying the weight of the world is God's job. So unburden daily. Finish a day by giving all your cares to God. With thanksgiving, that's important. Not just, oh God, here it is, like throw a ball in the air. But say, Lord, I lay this down with thanksgiving for the fact that you hold the world in the hollow of your hand. And my well-being is at the center of your heart. What more can we ask for? The truth is, burdened people don't celebrate. They pine away and they become more sour. So unburden every day. Lay your burdens down at the feet of the Lord with thanksgiving that He is ultimately in control and cares for you. So I've mentioned gratitude and giving thanks to God, but I want to emphasize that again. If you want to be a person who celebrates more, then avoid being a complainer and of a negative disposition. If you mostly and firstly see the dangers, the faults, the problems around you, there's something wrong. I know you don't like hearing that, but it's the truth. You need a fresh insight of basic truths which need to grow to become a conviction in your heart. And remember that only the truth of God can set you free from a fundamentally and default negative approach to life. And here's the truth which need to grow into a conviction in your heart. God is able to do all things, and He loves and cares for you and wants the best for you. Instead of moaning and complaining and finding fault and seeing the worst, think about this. Make this the cornerstone of conviction in your life. God is able. He loves me. He cares for me. He wants the best for me. Accept that truth. This is the foundation for a deep joy that will increasingly feed the fountain of thankfulness in us toward God. This feeds the ability to live with gratitude and generosity always. Always. when you think of that. Many people are, in the well-known words from the song by Mike and the Mechanics, that's a little bit, it dates me, it's kind of an older song, but they sing about being beggars on a beach of gold. And there are, unfortunately, a poor mindset with many that while they live in the midst of great means and they have some things, they have food, they have the basics, we always want something more. And I want to tell you, if you just look around you and look into God's eyes, you will know that there's always something to be thankful for. And if you look for it, you will find it. Always something to be thankful for. Look for it, and you will find a treasure of God's goodness right around you. Don't be a beggar on a beach of gold. Let's be faith walkers instead of fault finders. Lastly, develop a discipline to focus on finding what's right with the world. Don't give way to the bully tactics of what's wrong with the world that presses its way into your thoughts every day. Do your household and your relationships a favor. Be the one who leads the way to celebrate what's right with the world. And if your partner or associate are of a different disposition, show them this video. There's a lot of things wrong in this world. I can give you a long list, but I want to tell you, with God and through God's eyes, there's always hope, and that causes us to be able to celebrate. Father, thank you that you're with us, that you love us, that you care for us, that you want the best for us. I pray that every person that watches this will master these skills to celebrate every day with your goodness guarding our lives. Amen.